I am now inside the National Museum of the Marine Corps, and we're in the Korean War Gallery with one of my grandpa's, George, and of course the public affairs official, Gwen and Scott, who will be walking us through. And Grandpa George just pointed out this uniform that he wore, or he and his comrades wore during the war itself, and you pointed out this. Can you come closer? And what is that?
Tootsie Roll wrapper.
Well, why is there a Tootsie Roll wrapper inside the museum?
Because at the time of the Chosin campaign, all the equipment that we had that was vital had a code name. 60 mortar ammunition had the code name of Tootsie Rolls. One of the units ran short on their 60 mortar ammunition, and they radioed back for a resupply of Tootsie Rolls. But a guy at the other end, whoever he was, interpreted Tootsie Rolls as Tootsie Rolls. So he loaded the boxcars up with pallets of Tootsie Rolls, sent them to the location to be airdropped down to the unit, and when the Marines went to get the boxes that they thought was 60 mortar ammunition, they opened it up and it's Tootsie Rolls.
That is so hilariously sad. Sadly
but
hilarious.
It turned out to be like a blessing in disguise.
I know.
Because everything was frozen, including the food and everything.
The MRE?
No, we had sea rations.
Oh, just kidding. Sea rations.
MREs came later.
Okay, MREs came later.
But anyway, the Tootsie Rolls, as I say, turned out to be a blessing in disguise because when they put them in their mouth, they softened up on the way, and there was a lot of sugar in them.
Oh, yeah.
So it gave them a certain amount of energy.
That's so awesome. So I do want to give a shout out to the Tootsie Roll Company because they contributed a lot to help build that monument, dedicated to the chosen few. So now we're going to do a quick tour because it'll take 3 years to get to the gallery if we do a long tour. So Scott, take us away.
Would be a good place to start the cut.
This is where we set the stage for what was going on in the world in 1950 before the Korean War started. What happened was in June of 1950, the North Koreans came across the demilitarized zone and they pushed the South Koreans down to an area around the southeast coast town of Busan. There was a defensive perimeter set there. By September of 1950, the Marines and the Army landed behind the North Korean lines at Incheon outside of Seoul, cut the North Korean supply lines, and the North Koreans had to evacuate out of the area, and we pushed them up by November almost up to the Korea-China border. That's when the Chinese came in by the hundreds of thousands across the border, surrounded the Marines at the Chosin or the Changjin Reservoir. And that's when the battle kicked off, and we did a 2-week fighting withdrawal to the coast to Hungnam.
Anyone tell me what Dr.
Is that
Albert Einstein
what
said?
she's saying?
She's talking about what was going on in the world in between 1945 and 1950.
He could assure us that the
That's
war
cool. So does that play over and over again?
Over and over again, yes.
Wonderful.
What other term do we hear a lot these days?
So here's the Busan perimeter.
That's what I was looking for. Why is it called a Cold War?
We've got some photographs here. This is the typical weapon that the Marines would have been armed with. It's an M1 Garand. That was your weapon, wasn't it, George? Holds 8 rounds.
8 rounds, it's a clip-fed weapon, and when you fired the last round, that clip would go ping and jump out of the rifle.
Wow, when was this built? This gallery?
This gallery, this was built in 2006.
The only reason why I say that is it looks, high tech, right, with the audio going on, and very clean interface, and weapons of war, so honestly, I know very little about weapons and firearms. However, they definitely look.
The unit I was in, I was in a weapons company, and the 3.5-inch round was a weapon for a company. That was an anti-tank weapon.
Are any of these currently used? Do you know? Oh, okay. They're probably a little bit outdated.
A version of that.
So to think about you all, it's bitter cold and carrying these very heavy weapons in a very foreign territory.
At that time, I was not a gunner on that weapon. I was an ammo carrier. I just had a couple rounds around my neck.
Okay.
All right. So this is our display on the landing at Incheon.
Oh.
The tide will only allow 2 to 3 hours to get in. Then they would be stranded with only 27 minutes of daylight to secure
So
themselves.
this explains what the Incheon landing, the famous amphibious landing by, of course,
My confidence in the Navy is complete.
General Douglas
And in fact, I seem
MacArthur.
to have more confidence in the Navy.
But we'll
than
go
the
out
Navy
because we
has
can't
itself.
hear.
The Navy's rich experience in
Yay! I do have to give a shout out to the women, 23,000 women, World War II. But they're saying that some went to go also in the Korean War. So another shout out to Gwen, female Marine. Wow. Wow, this is actually a lengthy, we gotta speed this up a little bit. I'll be here all day.
I'll show you a couple of pictures over here.
Okay,
which
let's
I
do
think
that.
you might find interesting. First of all, at the time of the Incheon landing in Korea, this is Captain Barrow. He was a company commander of Able Company, 1st Battalion, 1st Marines. He was one of my company commanders. Okay, now this is Colonel Barrow, years later, as a battalion commander in Vietnam. The same gentleman as Commandant of the Marine Corps.
Wow! And you were under his command. That's wonderful. So of course there's Dallin and there's Mao. By the way, do you know that Mao's son was killed in the Korean War?
I did not know that.
Yeah, I went and visited. Chinese they have a huge memorial. All things Chinese, right? Like grand memorial. Yes, and I was very surprised because his own son was killed in the Korean War. And the interesting is, when I went to North Korea, I visited a monument in Pyongyang that is dedicated to the Chinese that died in the Korean War. Isn't that amazing? Yeah.
Another picture I'll show you.
Lieutenant Colonel Davis. Some fellow Marines were in trouble. We were going to rescue them, and nothing was going to stand in our way. The Marines.
I'm in this picture somewhere.
Oh, he's saying that he's in this picture somewhere. Where?
Every
Well, who
Marine.
knows?
Let's just say right here, the most handsome one.
Well, the reason why I know that is because of where they're talking about.
I'm sure
Oh.
Scott.
Then I got to looking at some of the
And you
pictures.
remembered the scene.
And one of the things I showed you, a weapon out there, the 3.5 rocket.
Yes.
You see the weapon this guy's carrying?
Yes.
Blasted its way mile high.
Oh my goodness. Okay, everybody.
Skies overhead.
He is somewhere in there.
Revealed its full potential
And
like never before.
they were called the Frozen Chosen because look at those icicles. It was so frigid.
Threatened their fellow Marines on the ground.
We're gonna go inside.
After 15 days of some of the most painful conditions in fighting anywhere.
Wow, this is no joke here, everybody.
What we have. No one's got it easy tonight.
Remember I mentioned the 16.
Yeah.
Time! There's a stop.
Does this
Yes,
seem real
stop
to
6
you?
is
Does this seem real to you? Yeah?
We're about
Okay, we're gonna
50%
go
protected.
loud here.
We're almost down to 60 millimeter. I say again, critically low on 60 Mach.
Wow.
That's Captain Barber. He received the Medal of Honor for this battle. And this was his coat that he was wearing.
Wow.
You can see the shell hole in it where he was wounded.
This is what he was wearing?
Yes.
It's so cool that it just doesn't seem thick enough, you know.
You know, they have these boots mislabeled on here.
Oh. Yay! Sergeant Reckless, Gwen. Awesome. This is so cool. So here's Sergeant Reckless in her real form. But I just think that is just most wonderful story in a war, right?
They measure horses by the hands.
Yes.
You can see how big that horse is.
So I don't understand. She's 13.
13 hands.
Oh. She was very small.
Yeah.
Really? She was only this tall?
Yep.
Oh.
To like the base of her neck. I mean, obviously her head was a little,
Oh,
but
that's really surprising. I thought she was a large horse.
No?
nope, she was not.
Wow.
It was a racing horse at the back.
Wow. I mean, really, the war, everybody, was a long 3-year, the battles went on for 3 years. Technically, it still hasn't ended, so 70 years, longest war. Are we near the end?
Yes.
Okay.
That's our F-9F Panther. That's the type of plane that Ted Williams and John Glenn flew.
Oh, yes. Ted Williams, the Boston Red Sox. He was a Korean War veteran.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. I think that's really cool because if I'm correct, he
During the Korean
went
War
to
years,
Korea
Marine Air
during
elevated plus
his
air support,
career.
helicopter
It
bomb
wasn't
assault,
before or
aerial
after, it
medical
was
evacuation
during.
to
That's
tactical
pretty
armor.
amazing. And when he
It was
came
a
back, he was
defining
still a
moment in the
star. So
application of tactical
thank
air
you and kudos to you. Thank you.
More changes
And I
occurred
guess
to marine aviation
we'll
during
go,
the
where
3
do we
years
go this way?
of the
Okay.
war than any other period in history.
Through the bunker by 1953, the battle lines had pretty much stabilized, almost trench warfare, similar to World War I. So there was a lot of probing the lines, but not a lot of movement.
That must cause a lot of anxiety for the soldiers.
That telephone over there.
Yes.
When I first got to Korea, one night my squad leader says to me, "You got phone watch." Okay. So he leads me over to the CP where the lieutenant or captain or whoever it was in there, and he's giving me instructions. And I'm kind of like looking around, and he said, "What are you looking for?" I said, "The telephone." I'm looking for something like you see on an office desk.
Oh.
I says, and I looked at it. I says, "How does it work?" Well, if you notice on the handset, there's a
Okay,
little,
come, show us.
if you notice on the handset here, there's a little switch.
Yes.
We call it a butterfly switch.
Okay.
And it's push to talk. So if you didn't push that switch and you're talking, the person on the other end wouldn't hear you. He didn't tell me about that.
Well, I do have to say, I mean, I still think the iPhone is, if you really sit down and think about it, that's crazy that you could just call anybody, Google anything, and then you get the information. But being able to be on the battlefield and being able to talk to somebody, that is still to me very mind-boggling.
You know, one thing you had to have between this phone and another phone, a lot of wire.
A lot of wire, as you can see. Okay, we're gonna go. We're almost towards the end, and this does make me very sad. Is this the United Nations cemetery? Do you know in Busan? Yeah, I visited it. It just tore my heart because, I mean, we don't have a lot of. We bring our bodies back in Americans, but other countries, some are buried where they're killed. So I was able to visit the graves of, for example, a lot of Turkish Korean War veterans are buried, but I know there are at least 33 Americans who wanted to be buried at the United Nations cemetery where their comrades fell. I think this is the end, right here.
Well, we go through this. This is how we discuss the prisoners of war.
Oh yeah, so that's what actually that's why it took so long to agree to a ceasefire, because of the exchange of the POWs. But speaking of POW MIAs, there were 8,177 POW MIAs in the Korean War, and even to this day, 70 years later, we still have more than 7,000 unaccounted for in every single state, and that is why we're hoping to bring all of them back home. And so I guess this is it. We the Marines, 1946, 1953. The Marines have a very special place in my heart because my cousin was in the service for almost 25 years. He's decorated. He was wounded in many, Desert Storm, and he went to Kuwait, Afghanistan, and so I salute him, Henry Kim, and of course to all the Marines that fought not only, in the chosen few, but of course those who fought in other battles as well throughout the war. So thank you so much for your service, and thank you so much Scott, thank you so much Gwen, and thank you so much to Levi for filming, and of course last but not least Grandpa George for your service.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for your
I never saw any pretty girls like you.
Oh, yeah! Well, I am very glad to be here as your granddaughter. So everybody, again, thank you so much. This concludes kind of my 50 state, 70 plus 90-day journey across America to honor veterans and promote peace. Remember 77.org. Bye!